Hi everyone. I wanted to talk today a little bit about anxiety. Um, I'm someone who has experienced anxiety for many, many years, and it can be quite crippling. Um, a couple of things I really want to raise today, and I hope that this helps because the reason I'm sharing this is just because it helped me. Hopefully, someone else may see this and help them. The first thing to say about anxiety, in my view, is that it isn't you. You aren't anxious. You are experiencing anxiety. And that may seem like a little bit of a minor, even pedantic point, but I think it's a really important point. Um, Anxiety is an emotion that you experience. It's not something you own. It's not something that you are. You are hungry, right? But you aren't the emotion. You experience the emotion. You are tired, but you aren't tired. You are experiencing tiredness. It's the same with any emotion like anxiety. Anxiety is something that you experience rather than are. Changing that terminology for me was a very good and important step in the journey. I felt like by changing it from experience it to being it changed my perception of it. I wasn't owning it. It was something that was I was experiencing as energy, and eventually, I'll talk about later on in other videos, I let a lot of it go. Not to say that I don't get anxious anymore, but it's far less severe. Um, the other thing I would like to say is that one of the best things I ever did was tell people how bad my anxiety that I was experiencing. See, I have to catch myself sometimes, how bad it was. I opened up eventually to this. Obviously, I spoke to my GP many times and they put me on anti anxiety tablets and so forth, which were like a crutch, really. Essentially, they were something I used as and when. But the best thing in terms of curing yourself of it, again, probably the wrong terminology, but the most important bit in terms of trying to get through it and understanding it was opening up and discussing it. For me, I opened up to my family and to work and said, look, I experience quite severe anxiety in certain situations. For me, it was around, sometimes still is around social situations, and also around food, which was quite liberating for me. I hid it for so long because I felt that it would be an embarrassing thing to experience. I'm quite a confident person in, say, work situations or situations where I trust people. But give me a brand new situation where there are lots of people I don't know, a big event, lots of emotions, lots of noise, smells. Then my body doesn't, my mind, I should say, my nervous system does not like it, and so I experienced quite severe anxiety, and quite often I avoided those situations. But opening up to my family, for example, really helped because they then understood it and said, well, okay, that's fine. You're allowed to be anxious around us. It's no problem. We're not here to judge you. We're here to love you, to cherish you, to be with you. And work gave me space and allowed me to be open and honest and appreciated that at times I had to stay off work. That's another situation, but I'm back work and functioning again and being a member of society as much as you can in these times. Um, but the important step was actually opening up about it. The more I opened up, the more I talked about it, the more I opened up to the people, the more I understood that people were 99% of the time nothing but understanding and showing empathy and supportive. It's in your mind, and I know it's in your body as well. Um, but the only way to release the energy that you experience is to release it, and talking about it are one of those ways to do that. To open up to people you trust, first and foremost, and say, look, this is important that I tell you this. Um, but I have severe anxiety. I experience it again. I experience severe anxiety in certain situations, such as this situation, that situation. So all those times where maybe I avoided you, where I didn't go out, and maybe I thought I was a bit of a boring person because I didn't want to go out. It's because I was experiencing really severe anxiety. So, and people were like, "Why didn't you tell me this sooner? It would have been okay to tell me this sooner." My message to anyone watching this who is suffering from severe anxiety is to talk about it. talk about it. Talk about it. First of all, write it down if you haven't done already. Um, Diaries and thought journals are always really good. Don't be worried about what other people think. Concentrate on what's right for you. Give yourself some self love and do that. And then open up to someone you trust. If you haven't got someone you really trust straight away, give someone the opportunity to be someone you trust. Give them the chance to someone you trust. There's always someone there, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, as dark as it may seem at times. Change your language towards anxiety or depression and whatever else it is. Change your language. You aren't it. You are experiencing it. Just as you're experiencing any other emotion, it is just energy and it has to run out eventually. So try and do that. These are the first steps that I would encourage you to do, that I've done, that have helped me. So someone who has experienced lots of anxiety in the past, someone who probably will experience lots of anxiety in the future, but maybe not as severe. Hopefully with the work I've done, it's not the case. I'm a little more comfortable about talking about it. And I hope by me talking about it, it helps one or two other people as well. They're my messages for today. If you like, please leave a comment or like it, subscribe, share it. Really be useful to get some feedback. And thanks for listening. Okay, take care.